So good evening once again. This is part two of our discussion on so far on loading packages. We said that you can load packages directly by using the install.packages, or you can load it indirectly by using the Pacman package. So here you have to install Pacman first, and then you use the p underscore load. Okay, I'm putting here the function pacman, okay, just to inform myself that this is from the pacman package. You can use that. You can use this technique if you're not too familiar with a particular function and you want to know where that function is coming from. You can put here the namesake, okay, pacman, and then double. This is double. There's a name for this. I just forgot, but it's two colons, okay, and then payload, and then the package. Okay, you can, of course, if I replace this by this one, Control C, Control V. Okay, so here I'm loading two packages, PTR and Performance Analytics. We can do this. So if I run this, then we will have now, if you don't have PTR and Performance Analytics, you will have them here, and then it will be automatically loaded. So it's just like two functions, install.packages and library. Okay, so that's the second way. The third way is a bit of a function. Check. Yeah, I'm recording. The third way is making use of a function. Okay, so why don't we do this? Let's first install, let's say, XTS as an example. Control C, and I'm going to load it here. All right. So it depends. If you're only using one package, Control X, Control V. Okay. So take a look at this function, Control X. So here I'm going to replace this with XTS. This is the package that I'm loading. And install that packages. You notice for install that packages, you'll have to have the codes. But for require or library, you don't have to have the codes. It's not necessary. All right. So let's take a look at this. So if we read this, okay, first R takes a look at XTS. So require XTS. So we know that require means library. And if you have already XTS installed in your package, then it will run this. Okay, require XTS means library XTS. So if XTS, the package XTS is already installed, then it will now load that package. All right. If not, then the exclamation point here means not. No? If this cannot be run because XTS is not yet installed, so take note, a package can only be loaded or required if it has already been installed. Otherwise, if it's not installed, then this will happen next. Install that packages XTS, then afterwards you load it. Okay, so this is what this means. Okay, so it's pretty straightforward. If require XTS. If that's not possible, then go here, install packages XTS, and then library XTS. Okay. If you have more than one, if you have several packages, okay, let's see. Maybe we can use, let's go here, this one. Okay, we can replace this with, let's see, I'll replace this with a broom. Okay, and then tidy quant. I don't know. Have I loaded tidy quant? Okay, then see. Uh, Stargazer, maybe. other packages. So plenty of packages. And let's see, maybe RUGarch. Okay, and let's add RMGarch. This is for multivariate Garch and univariate Garch. All right, so we have here some examples of packages that I want loaded. Okay, so first is I create an object called packages. Okay, and this object contains the packages, okay, that I'm going to load. So this is a list of packages. Okay, by the way, I'll have to Control Alt I, and let me just load it here, put it here one by one. Control X, Control D. Oops. What's happened? R. Okay, so Control Alt I. Okay, and I'm going to copy this. Control X, delete it, and copy it here. Okay, so first we create an object which contains the packages that we want to install. So Broom, TidyQuant, Stargazer, RUGarch, RMGarch, these are examples of packages. Okay, Broom is for EDA, exploratory data analysis. TidyQuant is just like similar to QuantMode. There are functionalities here that are for quantitative modeling. Stargazer is for creating tables. RUGarch is for creating volatility models in time series. Okay, so, and then what to do next? Take a look at this one. It's quite, well, not really lengthy, but I want you to, okay, in the meantime, okay, while we're still quote unquote quite young in this subject, I will I will have to request you to please type, okay, for the benefit especially of those who are doing R for the first time, okay, because typing provides some practice. All right. So this is now the function. This is the function. Okay, a function is just like what we have been using. Library, that's a function. Required, that's a function. So for example, if I type library and then I put there the name of the package, R will do something because library is connected with certain codes that get the package and install it in R. Okay, so in this case, I'm going to create a new package, a new function, and I'll call it install and load. Okay, so what's inside this? So install and load, and then we have here function packages. Okay, so we know that packages is this one. We have to run uh, this one so that R knows that packages refer to this list of this vector of characters, room, tidy, quant, etc. And then for package in packages, so it will loop through this. No? It will start with Broom, TidyQuant, Stargazer, RUGarch, and RMGarch. Maglo-loop siya. Yung for package in packages. Okay? Again, ito same, ano? Parang yung kanina, if require package, and then we have to put this character only, okay, is equal to true, because this will be loaded to this require as a text. No? Character that only. Although may quotes naman siya, which means that this is a text, pero we need to put this one, character that only is equal to true. So it will be considered as a text, yung broom na yan. Okay? So, re-require ulit. Okay? So, kung loaded na siya, then, ano na yan, iraran na to, no? require package na yun. So, ilo-load na yung, kunyari, if broom can be loaded here already, okay, pwede niya i-run yung require package, then ilo-load na niya. Then pumunta dito kay tidyquant kasi maglo-loop siya dito sa mga laman na to eh, no? Pupunta siya kay tidyquant. And then, sabi, if require package, ibig sabihin nun, pwede ba niyang ma-load na si tidyquant? Kung wala yan, saan siya pupunta? Mag-i-install siya. Install that packages, okay, nung package. Okay, whatever that package is. If it's broom, then consistent yung broom dito. Or tidyquant, then install that package yung tidyquant. Okay? And then, pag na-install na, library na. Library kung whatever that package is, and then character that only is equal to true. And then, there are 3 instances here ng open curly bracket. So, 1, and then 2, and then yung last, 1, 2, and 3. No? So, 1, 2, and 3. O close natin. Okay? Alright, so if we try to run this, sa akin, maglo-load lang itong mga to kasi naka-install na sa akin itong mga to eh. So it will not actually go to this second line, itong pag-install that packages. But nevertheless, let me run this. Okay, let me check, no? So for now, if I go here, si tidyquant, okay, tidyquant is not yet loaded. It's already installed, but it's not yet loaded. So what will happen if I run this function? Okay. And by the way, sa dulo nga pala, ito, sorry, may nakalimutan ako dito. Dapat, Control X, dapat kasama to ha, Control D. Dapat i-call ngayon yung name ng function na yan. The name of the function is install and load. Yun ang pinangalan natin sa function na yan. Okay? So this is now created. This function is now created. Okay? And then, ano i-install and load? Yung packages ito. Yan. Yung packages. Yung packages na yan, class, it's a vector. Let's see that here. So, rinan ko na kanina yung packages. Hindi ko pa rin na-run, sorry. So, let me run this object first, packages, control enter. And here in the environment, ito, sa values, hindi sa data. We have here packages. It's a character vector consisting of broom, tidyquant, stargazer, etc. All right. After I run that, i-run ko na to. No? I go anywhere here sa install and load. Anywhere there. Sa simula, sa dulo, anywhere. Kasi connected naman lahat ng mga yan. Control enter. Alright. May error ako. Anong error ko? Okay. Syntax error ako.
Ganyan din lumabas sa akin. Baka di mo lang, hindi pa naran yung
Oo, yung
unang code,
Oo.
yung package.
Sige, sabay-sabay natin ha. Sasabay ko, no? As one kasi to actually. Okay, sige. Let me try running the whole thing. Yan. Okay, nag-run na siya. Tama. Hindi pa kasi na-load to, no? Okay, then this should work already. Yan. Loading si broom, si tidyquant. So nag-load na siya, no? Okay, so everything loaded. And if I check here, tingnan nyo, si tidyquant to. Kanina hindi naka-check yan. Okay, kanina hindi naka-check. So ngayon naka-check na. So my mistake a while ago was hindi ko pa na-load to, hindi ko pa na-call yung function. Kaya hindi siya nag-run. So yung mga things like this, kasi dito yung ano lang, yung install and load lang dinefine natin. Pero hindi pa siya mag-run kasi hindi pa natin dinidefine. Dito install and load yung packages, so nag-run na siya. Okay. So example to class, no? Yung mga packages na dina-download natin, ini-install natin, are consist of functions like this. So several functions. Okay? Consisting of, kunyari, if you're going to create a package, pwede rin, isama nyo tong install and load. So, ililist yung install and load na yan. No? So, dapat sa install and load na function, kailangan i-define. No? I-define yung vector ng mga packages. Okay? So, for this to run. Okay, so will this run? Kunyari, pumunta ako, mag-create ako ng panibagong ano. Okay, let's do that, no? I'm going to create another R Markdown. Just as an example. Okay. Nag-create ako ng panibagong R Markdown. Tapos, okay, let me create an object called packages. Okay. And then, ang laman nito is, okay, let's say, vector na rin, no? Parang ganito, no? Magganto tayo, no? Control C. Mag-create tayo ng vector. Okay. Pero ang ibahin natin laman. Say, ano ba? AER, Applied Econometrics in R. And then ISLR. Okay. And then, pang pwede. Mm, what else? TS. Okay, time series. Kahit yan, no? Alright. So if you check yung packages ng TS, TS dito. Okay. Palitan ko na lang ng TS. Ba't wala yung TS na ano? TS dynamic. Alright, yan na lang, no? Although naka-load na sa akin, naka-install na sa akin yan. So AER, ISLR, just to be sure, ISLR is learning to it. Introduction to Statistical Learning in R, ISLR. Okay, wala. Mali ba yung package ko? ISL. Wala, no? Sorry. Hindi ISLR. Okay. Yung dalawa na lang, to be sure. Sorry mali yata yung spelling ko ng ISLR. So these two packages, no? And then, ano yung ano natin? Diba? Ito yung function natin, diba? So, install and if I click this, yan, lalabas yung function na yan. Diba? Yung create natin, tingnan nyo. It's here, right? So, naka-define siya. This is what we created to mean install and load. Naka-define siya, no? As a function. So, okay. So, ito yung function na yun, diba? And I'll copy this, Control C, here, Control V. So what will happen here is that yung packages natin is defined as AER and TSDIN, Dynamic Time Series. So if I run this, okay, note, yung AER ko, okay, linode niya. Okay, tapos yung TS Time Series Dynamic o TS Dynamic, linode din niya. Alright? Okay, so if you become adept really with R and then create ka ng mga functions sa R, tapos pwede mo i-contribute yun sa ano sa CRAN. And then pag i-vet ni CRAN tapos tinanggap nila, then author ka na, no? Author ka na ng isang package. So you'll be recognized. So your package can be made available to others. Tapos yung mga functions nun, dapat may ano ka, may parang may library ka ng ano ng mga functions and what it does and then the syntax. And then that can be used depende sa field ng ano ng yung body of knowledge na ginagawa mo. Okay? So that's just an example. And we saw here in the global environment na hindi lang values, no? Hindi lang data. Meron ding functions na pwedeng gamitin. Okay, value stands for vectors and data stands for data frame. Wala pa tayong data frame. All right, so let's go now here. Let's go back here to our quant mode. Okay, now I said that quant mode is one of the most powerful packages in order to do quantitative modeling. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to tap into the capability of quant mode as a package. Okay, I mentioned a while ago that to get symbols, that's a function coming from quant mode. You can source data, economic data, financial data from several sites. Can be Yahoo, can be there's a site called Wanda, can be Yahoo in other countries, Yahoo Japan, pwede rin. Can be Fred, which is a very dynamic, very huge database on economic data. Okay. And it's very easy actually to use it. So I have some notes here. Maybe I should just, for your reference, let me just share this with you. At least the notes lang, no? Then Control V. Okay. Parang PowerPoint lang, no? Okay. So, sabi natin, class, yung get symbols, that's a, sabi natin, ano, tour de force yan na function. Ang daming pwedeng gawin yan. So, you can download different types of data, financial, economic, stock prices, exchange rates. Okay. And by default, it will create an object called an XTS object. I'll explain in a while what an extensible time series object is. So I said here that you can use get symbols to import data in two ways. Number one, pwedeng like a normal function, or it can create an object similar to what the load function in base R does. I'll explain this as we go along. All right, so ito yung unang function natin. Okay, let's take a look at it one by one. So here, kita nyo napaka-basic ng function, get symbols. Just make sure that quant mode is already loaded, no? Diba? Na-install natin si quant mode and let's check. Dapat naka-load na siya. Otherwise, mag-error tayo kung hindi pa siya naka-load. There, naka-load na siya. Okay, or I can just type here library quant mode just to be sure. Okay, but I checked, it's already here. So this will work already, itong get symbols na to. Mag-work na to. Bakit? Kasi naka-load na yung ano eh, yung package ng quant mode. Okay, so we're accessing this function that comes from this package. The package has already been loaded, therefore we can now access this. Okay. By the way, yung kanina nito, no? Ito, install and load packages. I can create other RMD files or RScript files, and this will work for as long as this R session is in progress. Okay? Siyempre, pag close natin to, tapos mag-open ako ng panibagong, if I open a new R project, this will not be recognized. Kasi this function, install and load, is only available here. No? Dito lang to sa R session na to, dito sa R project na to. Okay? So if you want for a particular function to be made available anytime, ilagay mo siya sa isang package. Okay? You can create a package on your own, and then yung package yun, pwede mo siyang i-contribute kay CRAN, as I said a while ago, and then this will be made available to those who would want to use it. Okay, so get symbols, okay, importante to, no? You have to know the ticker symbol of the stock. Okay, punta muna tayo dito, class. Let's understand first what get symbols is. So I put here question mark and then get symbols. So help function yan, no? Get sim, kulang pa. Okay, get capital S, there, SY. So lalabas dito yung mga functions that start with get C. So, meron ditong get symbol lookup. Meron ditong get symbols, and this is what we need. Okay? So, enter, control enter. And then, dito sa help function, dito, sa our documentation, ito si get symbols. Okay, load and manage data from multiple sources. Okay? So, this is yung syntax niya, notice, okay? May mga ano dito, may mga nakakulay, I don't know, this sort of a red or purple something. Okay? And then, nakikita nyo nakaano siya, no? Pwede hindi ilagay yan. It's okay not to put that. Okay? Reload that symbols, verbose, etc., warnings, etc. If you don't put that, magdi-default yan, no? Into true, true, false, false. Yung naka-default sa kanya. Okay? So, ang importante sa atin, ano yung symbols natin? Okay? At saka ano yung source? Saan manggagaling to? Notice that the default is source is equal to Yahoo. Okay? Source is equal to Yahoo. And then later on, pag-uusapan natin itong auto.assign. Okay? And as you know, what's good about the help function of R is that nagbibigay siya ng mga examples. Ito. No? You can copy this and put it in your R. No? R script or code chunk nyo, and then pwede nyo i-run yan. Okay, so let's go here. In our case, ang ilo-load natin si Baba, Alibaba. Okay, so the basic code is this one. Get symbols, identify the symbol, Baba, and then here I'm saying source is equal to Google. Okay, we know that the default is source is equal to Yahoo. So if I run this, source is equal to Google. Okay, try running it, everyone. What does that give us? Yung source is equal to Google. Okay, if you run this, so get symbols and then identify the symbol, which is Alibaba, and then source is equal to Google. So I think I saw answers here. All right, thank you. So we can't anymore download data from Google. They stopped it since March 2018. Okay, fortunately, we have still Yahoo to do that for us. If I run this, so red kagad, ano? Red, and then the message same as yours. Okay. Okay, get symbols that Google, which is another, is a similar function. So get symbols or get symbols that Google is defunct. So March 18 pa raw na, 2018. March 2018. Okay. So paano yun? Good thing is that, okay, let me copy this. Control C, Control V. Okay, I'll delete this source. And I mentioned a while ago that if you don't identify the source, then the default is that it will get it from Yahoo. Okay, so let's run get symbols Baba, Control Enter. All right, what happened? Let's go here to our environment, and then you notice that in our data, there's this object called Baba. And it's, take a look, it's an XTS object. And the dates are, this is September 19, 2014 until May 15, up to the latest trading day. Okay, of where, depending on where the asset, the stock is listed. Okay, so let's take a moment. Let me just close this first, and then just sorry. Oops. All right, let's understand first what this BABA object is. Now clicking this spreadsheet icon here, try to see what happens here in the console. If I click this, then it's equivalent to this function view BABA. And what data does this function provide? Get symbols. Notice that it gives us this data: opening, high, open, high, low, close. It's the OHLC data plus the volume plus the adjusted price. So you have here 6 columns of prices: opening, high, low, close, and then the volume, and then the volume traded, and then the adjusted price. And starts here from September 19, 2014 until the latest trading day, which is yesterday, May 15, 2024. Now, if I run another one, let's see. Let's run another asset QQQ. Okay, this is an exchange traded fund. It mimics the S&P 500. Okay, so let's run this. Get symbols QQQ. And how does the loaded data differ from BABA? Okay, as we know, this will be automatically from Yahoo Finance. So can you spell out the difference? What's the difference between the data loaded QQQ and the data loaded BABA? Okay, so I now have QQQ here in my environment here. Okay, what's the difference? Anyone, please? Okay. Yeah, Ferdy, yes, time period. What about time period? Ferdy, could you unmute yourself, please? Okay, explain kung anong difference.
Sir, Q is from 2007 until yesterday, sir. While BABA is from 2014 up until yesterday po.
Yes, okay. Tama, no? QQQ, this is an exchange traded fund. As I said, it follows the movement of Standard & Poor's 500. So it started with January 3, 2007, which is most probably the first trading day of 2007. While on the other hand, BABA started at 9/19, 2014. Let's try another one to try to come up with a conclusion. How about let's see. I'm gonna run here instead of QQQ. Let's copy this. Control C, Control V. Let's try Apple stocks, AAPL. And maybe let's Control V. Let's compare it with another one, Tesla, TSLA. Okay. So I'm going to run get symbols for Tesla and for Apple, and let's see what happens. I'm going to highlight both and then Control Enter. And automatically we have here another asset, 2 assets. You have your Apple and your Tesla. So again, what's the difference? As you can see, Apple started again with January 3, 2007, while Tesla started June 29, 2010. Now, do you see the pattern? When will the stock loaded start? Why does it start in 2007? Okay, the answer there is that if you're downloading prices now this year 2024, then the default will be it will start loading from 2007. Okay, so ilang years yun, ano? 27, so that's around 16 years. Tama ba? 2024, 2007, so that's around 16 years of data. That will be 16 years and more kasi up to the current hanggang May 15, no? But what about BABA and Tesla? Now, the reason is they were not yet listed nung January 3, 2007. So si Baba, nagsimula lang yung listing niya noong 2010. Okay? While si Tesla, nung 2000, kailan si Tesla? When was it listed? So 2010 pala, si Baba naman 2014. So Johnny come lately si Baba, si Tesla nung 2010. So of course, if Tesla was listed nung 2010, hindi makakapag-provide ng ng data dating as far back as 2007. Now, if you were using this next year, so mag-get symbols ka ulit next year, most probably yung ida-download na data is 2008 na, starting with 2008. Kasi last year na nag-download ako, ang starting date 2006 eh. So it's moving, no? Nagmo-move yung anong yan, yung start date, yung default na start date. But for example, Apple, when was it listed? Can you get stock prices of Apple from year 20,000? 2000? Yes, of course. We'll explore that later when we define the parameters, no? Babaguhin natin yung mga parameters dito. Okay. So far, class, any questions? Clear ba tayo? Let me pause for a while and then request your chat, your feedback. Kung okay pa yung natin, discussion natin, kung nakakasunod ba kayo, kung okay lang ba. Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Thank you for your feedback. I appreciate that. Okay, so now let's take a look at, for example, tingnan natin, di ba, ano yung mga objects na natin dito? May QQQ na, may Apple na, may Baba na, may Tesla na. So let's study a bit si QQQ, no? If we use the structure function str and run this, it will give us information about our data. Let me take a look at it here sa, dito ko natitinan sa script window. Okay, so we use the structure. All right, take a look at this. So yung rinan ko, structure QQQ. So what's QQQ? It's an XTS object. Okay, so that's why it's important to watch also yung video ng data structures kasi naka-explain doon. No? Although hindi ko in-explain yung XTS. So if you watch that, maintindihan nyo kung yung differentiation. No? So this is different from a data frame. So XTS object to, starting daw from 2007 January 3 hanggang 2024 05/15. So the data is double stands for quantitative, no? 4,372 rows of observation and 6 columns. The columns are yung mga variable names natin, QQQ.open, etc. No? hanggang adjusted. Okay, the index, take a look at this. The index is the date. All right. So ito importante, no? Index is a date with 4,372 and the time zone is the Universal Time Convention, UTC, which used to be GMT, no? Dati ang tawag doon Greenwich Meridian Time. Now ang tawag sa kanya UTC, time zone. Okay, ang time zone natin for example is +8, no? +8 tayo eh. UTC +8 or GMT +8. Which means yung GMT kasi, as you know, it's ang time zero no, London. No? So we are 8 hours ahead of London unless nagde-daylight saving time sila. Alright? So ano yung XTS attributes? What are these? Okay, the source is from Yahoo and then updated POSIX city. Okay? So may POSIX city dito. Ano ibig sabihin nito? Okay? So POSIX city is a type of object that can take on mga seconds, no? Hours, minutes, and seconds, okay, which makes it really very powerful. So if you take a look once again at our Baba data, okay, or QQQ kasi yun ang data na to, no? QQQ, let me run this, or type view, QQQ, di ba, pareho lang yan. view QQQ, type it here or click this one. It will print out here yung values ni QQQ from January 3, 2007 hanggang May 15, the latest trading day. Okay? And notice the data. What's so different about it? If, for example, tingnan natin mag-example tayo, no? Kunin natin si data. Okay. I'm going to run data. And then there's this preloaded na data called pressure. Okay. So data, pressure. So may pressure na dito, no? Okay. Nasa values. Wait. Bakit nasa values siya? And then if I view this, okay. Pumunta siya dito sa data. No? Okay, take a look at this. So this is an example of a data frame. If I get the structure of pressure, so ito yung laman niya, may variable na temperature, may variable na pressure. If I get the structure of pressure, it tells us that this is a data frame to. A data frame is a rectangular arrangement of your data having columns and rows. Each row is a unique observation. Each column is a separate variable. Okay, so this is a data frame. Each is an observation, each row here, and then you have the column for temperature and the column for pressure. Okay, but what's the difference between a data frame and an XTS? Can you point that out, please? Ano difference sa kanya? There's a world of difference between them. Well, of course, may mga variables sila. Yung baba that QQQ.open, QQQ.close, yung mga variables natin. Dito naman sa object ng pressure, andyan yung si temperature at saka si pressure. Pero ano yung difference nila? What makes an XTS object very much different from a data frame, which lends itself to a big advantage, especially when we're dealing with data like this time series. Anong advantage? Anong difference sila? Can anybody point that out? There's something that's different between our XS object and our data frame object. Anyone? Yes, let me see. Mas detailed yung, okay, yes, in a sense, mas detailed yung XTS, no? Let's be more specific. Okay, thank you, Ferdy. What about the details? A-flash ulit natin pressure, right? Yung pressure, ito yung QQQ. So there's something that's really very different about them. Okay, may nag-chat dito. No date si pressure, okay? So sabi ni Giselle, no date si pressure. How about si QQQ? Okay? So thank you, Giselle. The answer, more specifically, is that yung index ng XTS is a date. Tingnan nyo, date to. Okay, dati, when you will work with time series data, yung date na yan, naka-variable yan. Nakalagay dito. Year o date, dito nakalagay. So yung index nito dati, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lang yan. Just like pressure. Yung index, chronological lang, a listing of the integer from 1 up to whatever the number of observations is. Okay? So, and before, when you work with time series, napaka-tricky ng if the date is part of the column, no? Napaka-tricky niyang gamitin. Okay? I used to recall that dati, ang dami kong nagkakamali ako lagi, no? When I was doing some modeling and then time series data. Tapos yung time series nun, wala pa yung XTS nun. Medyo bago lang yan eh. Kailan lang ba inano si quant mode? No? So bago lang yan, yung XTS object na yan. And now, the manipulation, the data crunching, as far as time series is concerned, became really very easy and really efficient. Kasi nga, ginawang index na yung date. Yun. As compared to pressure, Giselle was correct, sabi niya, wala namang date si pressure. But more specifically, yung QQQ natin, yung XTS object, no? XTS object. Yung index niya is the date. Okay, and then that lends itself really to easier computing as regards time series. Okay? All right. So any questions so far? Clear ba tayo? I hope as we go along, class, I'll be medyo pwede na siguro akong medyo bumilis-bilis, no? Kasi once you get the hang of it, I'm sure you'll be able to follow more closely. Okay? Again, I'd like to request your confirmation kung okay tayo so far dun sa difference ng get ng XTS object and yung data frame. Okay, good. Okay, so yun ang difference, no? And also, sabi natin, yung XTS object, pwede yung POSIX CT. Asan yung kanina? POSIX CT. Ano yung POSIX CT? It can accommodate minutes, hours, seconds. Yun ang advantage yun. Kasi in some, where you do some trading na on an hourly basis, minute basis, diba? That is very essential. That is very crucial. Yung time element na yun, hindi lang yung daily. Okay? But we will not be discussing that. Hindi tayo aabot sa ganun. Hanggang daily tayo. All right. Now, as I said, ito, Baba, then source is equal to Yao, it will give you the same. Pareho lang yung output na to. Kasi ito, if this is not included in your code, then the default will still be Yahoo. Same thing with so ito din, ganun din. Running this, yung Microsoft and Google will give us, will yield this object. Sige, run natin to. Yung dalawang to. Okay, get symbols, MSFT, that's Microsoft, and GOOG, that's Google. Control Enter. And then I will now have this. Yan, sinabi dito, Microsoft. And then papakita din si Google. So two objects were loaded, Microsoft and Google, and I can find it here. Microsoft, Google, both are XS objects. So pareho lang yung date nila, yung start. Kasi, nung January 3, 2007, naka-list na tong dalawang stocks. Okay, so let's move on. Now, ang kagandahan ni Quant Mode, it can load from different data sources. Okay, so may I ask you if you're familiar with Fred? Pakichat nga please without looking at the net. No? Ano si Fred? Have you used Fred before? Have you downloaded data from Fred? Okay, thank you. Good. Okay, thank you for honesty. Your honesty. Okay. Now, si Fred Plus, that's a Federal Reserve sa St. Louis sa US. Sige, punta tayo sa i-Google natin 'yon. Okay, let's just get to know what this animal is all about. Si Fred, Control Enter. And yung unang listing dito sa Google is that it refers to the Federal Reserve Economic Data. So that's the meaning of Fred. Federal Reserve Economic Data. And ang nag-house nito, St. Louis. Okay, if I open this, okay, so there you go. Federal Reserve Bank, St. Louis. And then you can find here, welcome to Fred, okay, trusted source for economic data since 1991. And you can download, you can graph, you can track 824,000 US and international time series from 114 sources. Diba? So magsawa tayo ng data. Kaso nga lang, medyo mas sila, mas maraming US based na. Of course, you expect that. but there are some from other countries as well. So ito, CPI, PPI, inflation, GDP, etc. These are just some of the data that you can load. Okay, you can download. I'll not anymore look at the look at how to navigate this one. Okay, and then economic research resources. Okay, I leave it to you, class, to navigate through this. Experiment nyo lang, tingnan nyo yung mga ano ba yung mga data na available dito kasi you might need that in the future. So unemployment rate, etc. So Fred is very powerful among economists. As much as Bloomberg is very popular among investors or traders. All right, so balik na tayo dito sa R natin. And then, if we want to get from Fred, so dapat ilalagay natin source is equal to Fred. Now, let's try first. Can we get MSFT there? Microsoft, no? Okay, so will Fred give us stock information, stock data? Okay, let's see. Get symbols, Microsoft, and then source is equal to Fred. Try muna natin. Control Enter. Sorry, and then we get an error. Kasi we cannot get stock prices from Fred. Okay. All right. Wala, no? Hindi natin ma-download si Microsoft. From Yahoo, yes. But not from Fred. So I change this with GDP. GDP. Gross Domestic Product. Okay? So sabi dito, get symbols, GDP, source is equal to Fred. Let's see what this gives us. Control Enter. And then here we go. Yeah, GDP. And notice, it's an XTS object, 1947. Okay? From the earliest, no? Si Yahoo 2007 eh. But of course you can change that. You can redefine that. So if I run this, if I print this, GDP, yan. So it gives us 0101, 0401, 0701. This is quarterly data, no? And there are 309 entries, 309 quarterly data from 1947 hanggang 2024 January 1. Okay? Hanggang the last quarter of 2023. Okay? So ito yung GDP. You can see here 243 noong 1947 hanggang 28284. So this must be in millions. I don't know what's the reference for this one. Baka millions ton. Okay. So, and if we also take a look at the structure of GDP, so run natin tong structure, and then same thing, you can see here that GDP is an XTS object. Okay. Yung data natin, it's quantitative, 309 rows and 1 column. Ang column natin, GDP. Ang index niya, date din. UTC time zone. Again, let me click this. Ayan. Okay. So this really makes it very, very powerful in terms of manipulating data. Okay. So same thing as Microsoft, as BBB, as QQQ, Baba pala. No? Same XTS object. POSIX-CT din siya, which means it can take on minutes, seconds. All right. Okay, so aside from Fred, we can also get from other sources. Okay, I'd like you to I'd like to find out kasi pwede rin tayong for your assignment, please take a look at Quandl. Okay, I'm not discussing it here, but if you take a look at this, diba, tingnan nyo, from Tidyquanto, we can, so install nyo si Quandl as a package, and then please, okay, come up with some functions in order, so to answer that, what data, what financial data, what economic data can we use, can we download, can we acquire using Quandl? So that will be your assignment for next meeting. Okay, it will not be submitted, but we will maybe I'll just ask some of you to, you have your code, okay? On the contrary, maybe I'll ask you to submit it to me, no? Kung ano yung mga functions, ano yung codes na pwede natin we can use in order to download or acquire information using the Quandl, either Quandl itself or Quandl package or using Quandl from Tidyquant. Kasi pwede rin sa Tidyquant. Okay? So identify maybe siguro at least what do I do? Okay, I'll create an assignment folder, yun na lang, no? And you load it there. Siguro ang deadline niya, siguro ano lang, Tuesday evening na lang, no? So you have ample time, you have 1 week. Anyway, ang dali lang naman yan, no? I-research ko lang si Quandl and then look for examples of how I can use Quandl in order to get data. Okay? Let me just write that. Use of Quandl. Both the package and, kasi dalawa, no? May package na Quandl. So if I take a look at this one, here. So in my case, if I type Quandl dito sa package, okay, Q, capital Q, U, A, and yeah, here. Okay, Quandl, a wrapper, API wrapper. Okay, so please understand what API means. Okay, so my description dito. All right, so take a look at this, no? Quandl.api executes Quandl API calls. So you'll have to register to get the API key. Kailangan mag-register kayo, ha? Okay. Anyway, you can easily get that. So may Quandl function din dito. Dataset endpoint and formats. For example, if I click this, okay, ano binibigay nito? And there's this example here. Yan, take a look, no? NSE/oil. We can get data also using this. Retrieves data from the Quandl dataset endpoint and formats. Okay, so also understand ano yung limitation ni Quandl. All right, so that will be your assignment for next week. Okay, of course, my points din yan, no? Due so that you have that option to learn more even on your own. Kasi for us, for master students, for adult learning, iba yung self-learned eh. Okay? Kaysa yung ganito. Right now, I'm doing a monologue. Halos ako lang yung nag-ano. Although, to a certain degree, sinusundan nyo naman, no? And you're doing it also. Okay, so you can also get exchange rates. No? Here, get symbols, DEXJ, this is Japan, JP, and US. No? Exchange rate. Japan, US exchange rate, and then source is equal to Fred. Okay, and then let's run this. Control Enter. And then I now get this object, DEX, okay, exchange rate ng Japan at saka US. If I view this, okay, there you go. Okay, so this yen to the dollar. Okay, hanggang May, the data is, anong data? Daily, no? Daily ba? Oh, daily. And 13,920 entries. So between January 4th, 1997, okay, daily data hanggang until May 10, no? May 10. Ito hindi siya ganun kagad na-update. Unlike si get symbols sa stocks using Yahoo. If you run yung Microsoft function tomorrow, get symbols Microsoft, you'll get the updated data. Kasama yung May 16. Ngayon kasi wala pa. Kasi, di ba, sa US May 15 pa lang ngayon. Di pa tapos yung trading. All right. So we are able to get this exchange rate, and for your perusal, tingnan nyo class, no, kung ano pa yung mga data na makukuha from Fred. But the assignment is the quantal one. All right, now take a look at this. Pwede ko bang i-subset? Kasi dito ang default, it gave us yung from 1971 hanggang 2024. Okay? Happened here. Nasa dulo ko. Yan, 1971. So is it possible to subset it? So kunyari, ang gusto ko lang 2020 January 1 hanggang 2021. Let's say, sabi natin 2024, then yan, May 10. Okay? So here, what I'm doing is I'm creating this object, sample 1, and get symbol siya. Again, yung exchange rate ng Japan-US, source is equal to Fred, and dinefine ko. Ano dinefine ko? From, take ko lang dito. From 2020, January 1, until 2024, May 10. Okay? So let's see if this will run. So this is a new thing that we're doing. So I'm creating an object, no? Yung object na yan, sample 1. If I run that, and then I take a look at our, okay, data here. Sample 1. Notice, the sample 1, hindi siya XTS object, no? Dito kasi XTS object yan. Ito, it's just a vector. Vector na DEXJPUS. Kaya ano ibig sabihin nun? What does that mean? What does that mean? Ano ibig sabihin niya? So if I get the structure STR of sample 1, ano to? What's this? Control enter. And then, so it's only a character. It's only a character. Hindi siya yung hindi siya yung XTS object na from 2020 up to 2024. Okay? Hindi siya ganun. So pareho lang to, no? So I'd like you to explore paano kaya if I want an XTS object, tapos ang laman ng object na yon, exchange rate din ng Japan at saka US, source from Fred, pero ang dates ko 2020 January 1 hanggang 2020 dito 2024. Okay? Ito pareho lang naman eh. Nag-create din ako ng EX1 dyan. Structure EX1, control enter. Okay, ganun din, no? So we were not able to get a sample, okay, a subsample of the of the DEXJPUS object that we have here. Okay, hindi natin siya na subset. Ang tanong, paano natin masasubset yan? Okay, so I'll leave that to you first as a for something to think about. Okay, itong data, new environment, I'll discuss this next meeting. Okay, so pupunta muna tayo dito. All right, so I think I should share this with you. Share ko na lang to, and then also some references. So some of you might wish to look at these references. Kasi I know na siyempre, kapag masters, hindi lang yan na masteral students really are not satisfied just with the discussion in class. So gusto nila talagang expand yung horizon, their knowledge, and then self-learn, no? Self-learn. Okay. All right. So another source, no? Ito naman. Paano to? Ito. What's Wanda? So tingnan muna natin kung most probably hindi kayo familiar kay Wanda kasi unless nasa trading kayo ng currency, no? So Wanda Corporation. All right, here. Currency converter, foreign exchange rate. So si Wanda, ano yan, yung repository yan ng mga currency exchanges. Okay, kaso, may paid subscription ito. If you want to get really the full data, kailangan mag-subscribe ka. So sa atin, it will only give us a limited amount of data. Okay? Since in our case, hindi naman natin kailangan yung whole gamut of data as far as foreign currency is concerned. All right, so we're going to use Wanda. So we know that Wanda is a site. It's a site for database for different economic data, in particular mga foreign currencies. So let's go back to R. So what happens here? Get symbols. I'm now going to try to get the British sterling, okay, with the exchange rate of the pound sterling, and the Canadian dollars. And then you have here, okay, source is equal to Wanda. Okay, let's run this, Control Enter. And you now see that it does not run, no? May error. Magkaka-error sa syntax. Okay, error in get symbols that Wanda, okay, could not function get symbols that Wanda. Okay, so how is that? So dito, medyo iba yung approach, no? Hindi pwedeng idiretso. So you have to create this one, okay? You have to create this object, let's call it currency pair, and then it defines yung GBP at saka Canadian dollars, pound sterling, at saka Canadian dollars, no? So we first load this, we create this object. Okay, Control Enter. Yan. So if I now take a look at our environment, meron na ako ditong, okay, values, okay, na currency pair. So this is a vector, character vector. Isa lang laman niya, no? GBP CAD. So it's read as a character. All right? Then pasok natin siya dito sa get symbols. So that's the time I run this. Okay, get symbols, currency pair. Notice now, hindi na siya yung text dito, hindi na siya yung character dito. It's now an object, currency pair. Okay, it's now a vector, character vector, consisting of this GBP CAD. And if I run this, Control Enter, what do I have now? I now have this object, default ni R, the quant mode GBP CAD, and it's an XTS object there. However, if you take a look at this, okay, limited lang ibibigay sa atin. XTS din siya, no? And there are only 179 entries. Okay? 179. So hanggang yesterday, and it starts with November 19, 2023. And ang binibigay ni Wanda, yung 3 months lang, no? November, hindi, how many? Ilang, kasi May ngayon, no? 3 months? Yeah. 3 months or 6 months? Okay, hindi, sorry. So if you take a look at the structure of this one, okay. So ang structure niya ito, no? Right? So 179, so approximately 6 months, no? 30 days per month, assuming na 30 days per month. So 179. So it gives us the past 6 month data. So it's also an XTS object. Okay, so na siya. XS object. There. Okay, so it's quantitative data, 179 observations, one column. Okay, the columns is gbp.cad. The index is date, time zone UTC. And then again, attribute siya. Yung source niya, character, Wanda, and then POSIX din siya. So this one. Right? Okay, so so far what we have seen is that we can load data from Yahoo, we can load data from Fred, we can load data from Wanda, although limited siya. And you can also load data from Quandl, but that serves as your assignment. Paano mag-load ng data from Quandl? I have this example. Kunyari, Chinese yuan and Philippine peso. So I'm creating this object again, currency pair, one, Chinese yuan and Philippine peso, enter. And then ganun din, no? Get symbols, currency underscore pair one, source is Wanda. And the object created is CNY PHP here. CNY PHP. And then if you get the structure of this, an XTS object siya. All right. Now, so far, Yahoo Finance, Fred, Wanda, assignment yung Quandl. Now, can we get several data sets at the same time? Yes. Here. Get symbols, and then concatenate natin C. No? Combine or concatenate si Apple. Palitan na natin kasi let's say kasi may Microsoft na tayo. So ano pa ba? FB o Meta ba? Meta yata si FB, no? Alibaba, let's change this into may Microsoft tayo. Let's see. May Tesla na tayo. Ano ba yung ano? Ano ba yung other operating system? AMD ba? AMD. I'm not sure if that's the ticker symbol. Google, ano natin. Anyway, Amazon. Tapos, let's see, other, ano pa ibang ano, ticker symbols. Marami naman, no? Ano pa? Oche, sige, Ford. Tapos, Amazon. Tapos, palitan natin si Microsoft. Microsoft, let's change it into Coke. Coke. I think that this is a ticker symbol of Coke. All right, and GPC, notice the accent here, the accent. GSPC, this is for Standard and Poor's. Yeah. So, will this stocks be loaded? Meta, which is Facebook, AMD, Ford, Amazon, Coke, and GSPC. So let's try this. Let's run. Hindi lang mag-load to, class, kung mali yung ticker symbol natin. But if it's correct, it will load. Okay, so mukhang walang error, green. Okay, okay. So let's wait. Kasi, ayan, lahat, no, nag-load. Meta, AMD, Ford, Amazon, Coke, GSPC. And we should find that here. Sorry. So, dito siya, no? Lahat ng objects. Ibig sabihin tama yung ano natin, yung mga ticker symbols. AMD is here, Amazon, Coke, Ford, okay, GSPC. They're all there. Meta also. Okay. Pero si Meta, si Facebook, tinan nyo ha, 2012. Kasi kailan lang ba nali si Facebook? Recently lang. Well, recently relative to the others. Okay. Yung iba kasi 2007, si Coke, matagal na yan. Okay. All right. Any questions so far, class? So are we clear on this? so far, class? Okay, thank you. Good. Thank you so much. All right. By the way, I have a question here, no? Can we download the exchange rates in Yahoo Finance? No. Walang information walang data. Okay, good. Thank you for your feedback. Okay, now, another way to do this is, mas maganda minsan if you create an object, okay, here, stock list, and then let me just, my stock list is this one. All right. So instead of naming it one by one, mas maganda kung nag-create muna tayo ng vector stock list and then mag-get symbols tayo. What's the advantage here? Ang advantage dito, kung gusto mong palitan to, you just go to the stock list. Okay? And then automatically, magra-run na rin yung get symbols. Okay, so let's run this. And it runs. Okay? Nag-run siya, tapos yung mga, yan, na-load niya ulit to, no? Okay, na-load niya. All right, so that's, for me, that's a preferred method. Okay, now, you notice that we used get symbols, kunyari meta, tapos ang lalabas dito na name ng stock, automatic yung ticker symbol. Here. Meta, then ang name ng object meta. MSFT, the name of the object is MSFT. Now, is it possible to rename it differently? Yes, of course. Okay, so yung get symbols class, okay, may default siya. Okay, so here I'm stating, okay, I'm going to share this text with you. Okay, so that you don't have to write it. Parang notes lang yan, parang PowerPoint. Okay, so let's go through these notes quickly. So here I said, let's make the get symbols return the data it retrieves in the previous code. Well, okay, so this one is telling us, I think my grammar is wrong here. The get symbols function will return the data and give a name of the data according to the symbol. So for example, get symbols Apple, it created an object called get symbols AAPL. It created an object called AAPL here. So whatever was the symbol that you used, the ticker symbol itself, because the get symbols will only work if you have the correct ticker symbol. If perchance you made a wrong spelling, AAP, for example, unless there's another ticker symbol with the name AAP, then it will return an error term. Okay? Now, what if I don't want the name AAPL? Or what if I want, for example, stock 1, stock 2? If I want to give it that name, then we have to do something, because if we don't modify the code, the get symbols and then the ticker symbol, and then if you want to put source is equal to Yahoo, which will run anyway, it will still default into loading the data named as the ticker symbol. All right, so let's do this. 2 arguments that will make get symbols return the data. Okay, first is auto.assign is equal to false. So we're going to discuss itong environment is equal to null and auto.assign is equal to false. All right. So for example, I want to load this ETF din to, no? This is also an exchange traded fund, and it also mimics S&P 500. Itong SPY. So get symbols, then I have to put this auto.assign is equal to false, because the default is auto.assign is equal to true. And if I didn't put this one auto.assign, then it will run as auto.assign is equal to true. And automatically it will use SPY as the name of the object. But in this case, I want to name it small SPY and not capital SPY. If I just run this, okay, sorry, my coach is bad. So let's just run this first. SPY get symbols, and then I'm giving it a name, small SPY. I have to attach this auto.assign is equal to false. Okay, so let's see. If I run this, Control Enter, what happened here? I now have an object. I now have an object called small SPY. Okay, so makuha natin to. So which means if you want to give a name to a particular stock or data that you want to download from quant mode, you can give it a name yourself. If you don't want the default name, which is the ticker symbol, lagyan mo siya ng pangalan. But make sure you have to put here auto.assign is equal to false. All right, and if we check the structure of SPY, then indeed it is an XTS object. There, XTS object. Sorry about that. There, no? Same thing. Same thing. All right, then same thing. Okay, how about this one? Environment is equal to none. So as I said a while ago, you can either use auto.assign is equal to false, okay, or environment is equal to null. So let's try this. So we're loading this object, Johnson & Johnson's J&J data. So get symbols, J&J. So this is equivalent to auto.assign is equal to false. Then here I'm creating this object, J&J. Okay, if I run this, see what happens. Automatically it creates, oh no. Okay, sorry about that. All right. Nag-abort to, no? Nagka-fatal error ako. I don't know what happened. So I can't start now, or I have to start a new session. Okay. So let's see what happens here. How about in your case, class? Were you able to generate this object, J and J? Kindly chat, please, if you were able to generate that object, J and J, small J and J. Okay, good, good. All right, that's very good. At least in your case, you were able to do that. But for me, I'm going to, again, this is an opportunity to learn also. Notice sometimes magkakaroon problem yung yung computer nyo or yung R, okay, and then mag-abort siya. R encountered a fatal error. The session was terminated. You cannot do anything about this anymore. So I'll just click this, start a new session. Okay. So ang mangyayari niyan, okay, nag-start siya ng new session. Okay. Where is the file that I was working on? Nawala siya, nag-abort eh, no? But let me go here. Okay. Quant mode. Diba? Andi dito si quant mode ko. Here. I'm going to click this. It will open the project. Okay, waiting for it. Okay. And then dito sa files natin. Okay. Ito yung kanina ginagawa ko, no? Okay, let's see if it aborts, no? Nagka-fatal error si R, what happens? So ito siya. Ito siya. And take note, dito yung mga ano. Okay. Now, nawala yung environment natin. Okay. Nawala. So the question is, how do I now load the objects that was here? Ang question, pag na-abort ba yung data, hindi na ma-restore to? So that's another question I'd like you to try to discover. Kung maano ba to, kung maloload pa yung mga objects natin kanina. Kasi di ba, ang dami na nating objects kanina eh. Di ba? So does that mean that I have to load everything again? Okay? Yung mga codes na ginawa natin kanina, were they saved? Okay, na-save ba yung mga codes natin kanina? Okay, so where is that? Andito kasi si install and load, di ba? Pero nag-error na siya, no? Not found na siya. So, are we still able to load this? So that's an important question. So i-discover nyo, class, I want you to discover that on your own. Of course, I know the answer. Okay? Pero, this is something that may happen to you. Biglang mag-a-abort si R. And then, ano mangyayari? Anong gagawin natin? Okay, if that's the case. All right? So there are some things that I want you to answer, di ba? Si Quandel at saka yung abort. So try to please explore that. What happens if R aborts? Are you still able to save the objects that you have? Ba? The objects that were created before it was aborted. Kasi nawala na dito yung mga objects. No? Okay, so let that be a question that I wish you to answer, and we will discuss that next meeting. Pero I want you to discover that for yourself. But take note, andito yung code no, na ginawa natin. Diba? It's here. Kasi pinalitan natin kanina to eh. Diba si Coke, si GSPC, si Meta, AMD, na-save siya. Ito yung minimension ko sa inyo. Okay, you're writing a code here. If it was not done in an R project, tapos hindi mo na-save kanina yung RMD file mo, wala, mawawala yun. Hindi masisave yun. But here, automatically na-save siya. So lahat ng rinan natin dito, okay, lahat ng rinan natin dito, okay siya. Andito siya. Okay, so if I run this, okay, ang question, si quant mode ba? Naka-load siya. I go to packages, I go here, quant mode. Okay, hindi na siya naka-load. Tingnan nyo, quant mode. So, does it mean na lahat ng functions kanina na ginawa natin, yung library natin, do I have to go back there and load it? Kasi wala na eh. So it means that hindi ko na mararan tong ano. I cannot run this get symbols unless I go back here, di ba? Yung Pacman natin. Tingnan natin kung dito si Pacman. Diyan, dito si Pacman. Look, dito siya. Andito yung mga generate natin na codes kanina. Here. So if I, for example, okay, if I include here si quant mode, include ko siya. Quant mode. Okay. And then I run this. I run this. All of this. Itong function na to. Okay. Mag-check na dito si quant mode kasi kasama dun si quant mode dun sa ano eh, sa packages ano eh. Okay, there. Nag-check na siya. Okay? Pero ang question ko, is it possible to still restore all the objects that we have here? The data, the values, and the function. Dito kasi kanina nawala na, di ba? Nawala na si function. Bumalik lang siya kasi rinan ko siya. Okay? So, I have a few more minutes. I just want to, ito lang, no? Balikan ko lang tong kanina, itong getting several. Okay. Here. So we're now looking into varying the get symbols. Okay, so for this one, okay, let me run this again. Itong spy. Okay, so na-create yung object na spy dito sa ilalim, definitely. Here. And then how about J and J? So enter. Then na-create si J and J dito. There. XCS object silang dalawa. Okay. Okay. May nag-chat. Yeah. Okay, may comment dito si si Richard, no? Okay, yep. Ibig sabihin pwede ma-restore ang answer ni Richard. Thank you, Richard. And then take note of this yung sinabi ni Richard. Okay, sa R kernel source ng error. Okay, was that for this one? For my question, Richard, or kanina doon sa abort? Richard?
Sa abort, sir.
Okay,
Apo.
sa abort, no? Sige, ay sorry hindi ko na ano eh. I'm sorry, hindi ko nakita yung ano, no? I haven't
No
tried that,
problem.
pag na-abort, okay? Kasi from my experience, pag na-abort siya, hindi na talaga bumabalik eh. So maybe I haven't tried that. But let me explore that, no? Yung ano na yon, yung abort, yung
Opo. Usually kasi pag nawawala yung variable, sir, sa kernel siya, nawawalang connection
yeah.
sa kernel.
Okay. So sige, iaano ko 'yon ha. Personally hindi ko pa siya inano, no? Hindi ko pa siya na-try. So pag
Di-debug.
na-abort sa akin, automatically ina-abort ko na eh. Kasi what was my experience before? I tried several ways to go about it. Hindi ko siya na ano. But hindi ko pa nasusubukan yung sa kernel, no? Okay, but thank you, Richard. I'll explore that.
Welcome, sir.
Okay, thank you. All right. So ito assignment nyo yan, yung Quandel, ano? I won't discuss that. I want you to explore that on your own. Now, hindi lang si hindi lang si CR, si QuantMode, it's not only for downloading data. You can create charts. Okay, so dito, sige, i-ano ko muna si Control Alt I kasi wala na akong ano eh. Get symbols. I don't have the Google. Get symbols. Get symbols and then GOOG. Okay, so let me run this to load Google. Okay, and then as you can see here, it's an XCS object. And then bar chart. Okay, standard bar chart. Okay, this is not a bar chart siya. And I can use, pwede rin ano, no? Yung standard na plot sa ano, plot. Can use the plot function. Plot which is from base R Google. It will be recognized kasi may object tayo na Google. So ito yung plot, no? So, okay. Now, ang problema dito is that yung Google natin consists of several data. Open, high, low, close. So ito, you can see here that what prevailed, you can see here that there's a small line here. Ito yung open, high, low, close adjusted. Ito naman yung volume. Siyempre, if you're plotting them in one axis, magdo-dominate si volume kasi it's a big data, no? Tapos yung mga open, high, low, close natin, small data. So, barely seen siya, no? Barely seen. So, ito yung disadvantage ng plot. But when we use this one, okay, so in the interest of time, I'll just share this function with you. Okay, just share this code with you, Control C, then chat natin, Control V. Okay. All right. Pag bar chart, tingnan nyo to. All right. So notice na iba yung plotting ng ng QuantMode. It separated the volume. Okay. Sorry. sineparate niya si volume. Okay. Oops. Masyadong sensitive to mouse ko. There. Ito yung volume, no, sa ilalim. And then, ito yung, okay, depende kung anong klaseng chart to. Most probably, ano to? Bar chart lang, no? There's another one, itong candle chart. Okay, if I run this, itong candle chart, control enter. Notice that, kasi ang theme ko white eh. So, iba yung iba yung candle chart. Hindi lang natin masyado makita kasi masyado malaki yung data natin. It's from 2007 to 2024. So, hindi masyadong apparent yung candle chart dito. However, if we're going to, di pa dito, no? Okay, so, sige, let me end there because it's already time. So, just this last one. Okay. Okay, Control C. I'm going to share this code with you. Okay. So we can get more information about our data. Okay. GS to, no? So let me run, install ko muna si Control Alt I, get symbols, S, wala pa rin si SY. Okay. Get symbols and then GS. So GS is the ticker symbol for Goldman Sachs. Control enter. Okay, may GS na tayo. And then this one. Ito na pala, no? Get symbols Goldman Sachs. So we can run this questions. Is that OHLC? So it's Goldman Sachs OHLC data. Yeah, we know. Kasi XTS object to tapos open, high, low, close. Does it have a volume? True. Okay. So create this object, open GS, which is the opening of GS. So what happens here? Control enter. Now meron na tayo ngayong object na open GS here sa ilalim. Here. Okay, I think my folds got worse. Okay, isa na yun. Nandiyan na class sa ano. Open ito, class. No? It's an XCS object. Okay, if I run this, okay, it will print. Tingnan yung class. Isa lang siya. No? Yung opening lang. Kasi sabi ko, mag-create ka ng object. Create an object. And that object is OpenGS. And it's only the opening of GS. Okay, you can do this also adjusted GS. You can name it any way you want. This adjusted GS. And then it will give us the one column also, the adjusted price of GS. And then here, series high for GS. Let's run this. It will give us, okay. All right, anong date? Okay, na pinakamataas yung GS. So it's 2024, 550. Yeah. Okay, the reckoning I think is the open. And series low, kailan siya lowest? 2008. Ito yung financial crisis, no? 54. 54 siya. Ang adjusted price niya is 41 at that time. While now, 466. So, ang laki ng tinaas niya. And then same, chart series, GS, will give us the same thing. This one. All right?
Sir?
Yes? Any questions?
Sir, yung sa source lang, question lang.
Yeah.
Yung, kasi kanina sir, nilalagay mo yung ano, diba? Fred, Wanda, ganun
Yeah.
sir. Hindi siya actual na website. Paano sir, kung meron akong website na gustong kuhanan, allowed ba yun sir?
Hindi, no? Very limited lang yung yung source na pwede sa sa quant mode. Yeah, that's a good question, no? However, tingnan natin ulit si quant mode, no? Ay, sorry. Si get symbols. Hindi lahat ng website pwede. Okay? Get symbols. Question mark. Balikan natin tong function na to. So if you take a look at the syntax, yung source niya limited eh. Maybe hindi dito, no? Source, character string specifying sourcing method. Okay, ang default niya Yahoo. But we can go to the documentation niya. Okay, saan natin makikita yung documentation? Balik tayo dito. And then, balik ulit dito. Sa packages type pa. Here. Saan ba yung documentation? Okay, either dun sa CRAN mismo, titingnan natin yung ano, or here. Tingnan nyo ito nakaspecify yung mga possible na sources. Okay, get symbols, .yahoo yan. So it can be Alpha Vantage, okay, from Alpha
Hello?
Vantage to. Hello? My
Oh,
SQ
sorry. I was trying the mic.
okay, sige. So Fred, okay, so these are the options. Okay, so pwedeng i-source natin is equal to Yahoo J, Japan Yahoo yun, no? Or T in Go. Okay, this is also OHLC data din to, etc. So these are the sources. So hindi pwedeng basta i-identify mo yung ano, yung URL, no, na makukuha natin siya. So limited lang, unfortunately, no?
Yeah,
Unfortunately. Yeah. Pero pag ganun, ang gawin mo, pumunta ka na lang dun sa ano, sa data na yon, yung source na yon, i-download mo siya, tapos i-clean mo ng konti, and then i-load mo sa R yung data if you want to do something in R with that data.
Mhm.
Okay?
Sige, sir.
So
Thank you, sir.
that's a very good question. That's a limitation of yung quant mode, no? All right. So sige, i-stop recording ko na.